Hello, that's the play I went to see. Take Me Out. Um, this was at the Hayes Theater. It used to be called the Helen Hayes Theater. Um, and it's a cool space, that the Hayes Theater. It's on 44th, right across from the Majestic, which is where Phantom of the Opera is, um, and has been since the 80s. This is a very, very small theater. I know I was telling you about the Lyceum that I was at. Wow, was that just yesterday? Yeah, Monday night. Um, this is an off-Broadway theater, so it's a smaller house. Um, and very small theater. A couple of cool things. One, this theater locks your cell phone up when you come in. You have to turn your phone completely off, which I had to step out of line because my phone doesn't turn off easily. I have to push all these buttons and all this. I'm technically challenged, um, technologically challenged, whatever. Y'all know what I mean. Anyway, so I got it off, but it goes in his sleeve, and then they crimp the top, and you can't get in. You hold on to it, so you keep your phone. They're not doing anything with it, but you can't get to it. You can't use it. You can't text. You can't turn it on, which was really cool. And so one of the cool things was, and I wound up, I thought I was going to be late, and I wound up getting there early. Blah blah blah. So I'm in the auditorium for like 25 minutes waiting on all these people to come in, and I can't get on my phone. Cool. Um, it was it's one of the smallest theaters. It was probably the smallest theater I've been in on this trip. So 10 shows. It was the loudest before the show started. Why? Because every single person was forced to talk to each other because they had no access to their phones. It was the coolest thing. It was really neat. And I hear that this is kind of a trend, um, of locking up the phones because it is annoying. I mean, look, I got somebody kicked out at Music Man. I sure did, because their light is annoying me and it's in my face. And I paid a lot of money to see that show and not see them literally sit there and text through two music numbers. No, I was done. So yeah, I did. I went to the usher and said, and they wouldn't turn it off, so they kicked them out. They should have. I hope they didn't refund their money too. So yeah, I'm that guy. So it was cool. But then it kind of dawned on me because I saw this show in 2003, 2002, 2003, somewhere around there. Um, and I'm like, oh yeah, because, and y'all saw my Facebook post. If you didn't, when I went to get my ticket, outside along the, where they do all the big pictures and everything. There's several of the guys with like no shirts on and a towel, and one in his boxer briefs. That would have been Jesse Williams, the actor Jesse Williams, who played the lead. And a lot of you know him as Dr. Avery from Grey's Anatomy. Um, anyway, in this show, the baseball team, they take showers like nude. Like, yeah, I saw it all, and then some, a lot, and not just once. So yeah, they locked the phones up so nobody's, and then, of course, there were a couple of them you would not have needed to. Anyway, all right, this was not a nudie show. It was a cool show, about baseball and about this player who is at the top of his game, who is the top paid baseball player, and he comes out as gay, and it's a big deal. And when I saw that they were doing this play and I saw the actors, one of the other actors is Patrick J. Adams, who I am a fan of. He played Mike in Suits, the young guy in the TV show Suits. He's gotten older. And I love that he didn't, like, there several of these guys like Jesse, Williams, and a couple of the other guys. I mean, they're naked. I mean, they were all naked. And I mean, it's six pack and it's buff. Patrick J. Adams wasn't. I mean, he had a little flab. Not like me, but it wasn't this perfect body, and it wasn't. He didn't try to be because some of them aren't. And so that was really kind of cool. But I went, why are we? I mean, I'm going to see the show, of course, but why are we reviving this show? It was just 20 years ago. You know what? Because the world hadn't changed. It's still real challenging. it's still really hard for people to be authentically themselves in all aspects. And this play was not necessarily about gay, but about tolerance and about acceptance and about um, being who you are and being real. Um, those two characters, Patrick, and I can't remember their Skippy, Kippy is what Patrick Adams plays, um, and Darren is the character that Jesse plays, the one that comes out that's gay, and that happens right at the beginning of the play. So they're like really close, good friends. You think until you find out, are they really? Because they haven't been honest and they haven't been sharing, and um, so another main actor in the show plays Darren's business manager, who he literally just meets at the beginning of the show to manage his money because he's making $140 million a year. Oh my God! You know, I don't even want to go off on about the arts and what artists make. Those anyway. So, um, and the business manager was played by Jesse Tyler Ferguson. You guys all know him from Modern Family. And one of the things that I find really cool when you are really known and associated for that kind of a role, an iconic, very stereotypical, very specific type of role, it is hard to get people to see you as anything else. Sean Hayes talks about that, Jack from Will and Grace, about how Will McCormick and Deborah Messing, and hey, I just saw Deborah Messing, and I didn't even think about Grace from Will and Grace. I really didn't. Um, because those characters are not that pigeonholed. But the character of Jack was very pigeonholed, and Jesse Tyler Ferguson's character in Modern Family very pigeonholed. So yes, he's still playing a gay guy on this in this play, but a very different, and he just did an extraordinary job. Really, really good. I really related to him. It's a fantastic show. It just opened. I don't know how long it's running. It's a limited run, but if you get to New York, or hopefully now maybe some regional theaters are going to pick it up and do it. Some I don't see community theaters doing this because the nudity is important to it because of some scenes that happen, some things that happen in the locker room during the shower scenes. Um, so I don't know that, but if you do get a chance, if not for all my theater buffs, all my theater people that like to read scripts, this is a script to read. It's a beautiful script. I really don't think they changed very much at all because I remember it very vividly from before, and it's still relevant. It's still an important piece of work, and it's still really, really good. So um, that was my last show. It's been an amazing trip. I saw 10 shows in 9 days. Um, I got a lot of iconic events work done as well. Um, I had some good meals. I got some good time out in the city, just me. And I was going to take the selfie stick, which I just got a new selfie stick and had learned how to use it. I was going to do a lot of stuff out in the city, and I didn't. Um, I love sharing all this with you. I really do, and I hope you guys like it. But that was me. That was my time, and that was sacred to me. That time out in Times Square and walking down Eighth Avenue. I love Eighth Avenue. Um, Everybody does Seventh and Broadway. I like give me Eighth Avenue, give me Ninth Avenue. I love it. It's more character. And so I got to spend some good time in this city that I love, and I'm pumped. I'm jazzed. I'm tired. I'm ready to come home. Somewhat. Well, I just sent one of my suitcases via UPS. UPS was cheaper than checking two suitcases that were overweight. So yeah, I have to come home now because my stuff is on the way. So anyway, that's my last one from this hotel room. Say bye to the hotel room, And I will see you guys back in Leesburg. I'll be back in New York though in June. Haha, can't wait. And also this coming weekend, I've got a whole weekend of theater. Friday night, I'm going with Jan Sheldon and some friends to see my good friend Whitney Morse, who is playing Mrs. Potts in Beauty and the Beast, at the Garden Theater in Winter Garden. It's a professional theater. It's going to be an incredible production. Get tickets to go see that. I'm going to see that Friday night. And Saturday night, I'm going to Theater West End in Sanford. They opened Bonnie and Clyde, I think, this past weekend. And so I'm going Saturday night to see Bonnie and Clyde. So I'm not done with my theater escapades. I got still, there's still lots of theater. You don't have to come just to New York. I mean, come to New York, it's awesome. But there's incredible theater back home in Central Florida or in your community, wherever you are. Share it with me. Let me know what shows you're going to see. Support theater. Um, okay. And that was Theater Talk with Scott. All right, signing off. Good night.